Hi, Crush Family 4 here, and we're gonna make a lighter tiramisu today. So my husband has type 2 diabetes, and we are trying really hard to start eating healthier, and it's really hard. So I found this lighter tiramisu recipe. We've never had it before. I'm gonna make it and try it out. I know we really don't need to be eating desserts, but I thought, just for a special treat once in a while, we'll try one. I did try some sugar-free diabetic cookies from the grocery store. They were shortbread, I think, and they were really good. I thought they were delicious. I couldn't really tell they didn't have sugar in them. So we're gonna try this out today, and I'll let you know what we think of it. It didn't give in the recipe, I just Googled it. It didn't give like the fat or the calories or any of that kind of stuff in there. I wish it would have, but most of the ingredients are sugar-free. So I've laid out, I hope, everything that we need. So you need 3 ounces of lady fingers. Now, lady fingers are sponge cake. I don't know. They probably have sugar in them, though. I didn't really think about that. But like I said, I did Google diabetic tiramisu, and this recipe came up. But I didn't think about those lady fingers. Anyway, as with everything, we'll just eat a small portion and just always remember portion size. But you need the 3 ounces of lady fingers and 1/4 of a cup of strong black coffee. And you have to let that cool. You need 4-ounce package of sugar-free vanilla pudding, 1 cup of skim milk. Now I have 1%, so I don't know. Is there a difference between skim and 1%? I don't know. That's what I bought. You need 8 ounces of fat-free cream cheese, 2 cups of fat-free whipped, unsweetened Cool Whip. Oh, and a 1/2 teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa, and then a dish to put it all in. You don't have to bake anything on this. It's just mix everything up and chill it. So here's all of our ingredients laid out. So the next step was just to open the lady fingers up, split them apart, and line the bottom of an 8-inch glass baking dish with the lady fingers. And then we're gonna take 1 tablespoon of that strong black coffee that's cold and drizzle it over the lady fingers. Okay, for our next step, we just poured in our cup of milk and our pudding mix, and we're gonna whisk it up. I won't record all that because I guess you guys probably know how to whisk stuff, huh? Next step was I just added the rest of the black coffee. So it was supposed to be 1/4 of a cup of black coffee, of course chilled, and then we put a tablespoon over our lady fingers, and then the remainder of that we poured into our pudding mix. Okay, then the next step was to add the whole 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and it's supposed to be softened. I think mine should have softened just a little bit more, but we're gonna add that in the mixture and beat it up real good till it's creamy. Okay, so we got the pudding and the milk and the cream cheese all mixed up, and then we spread that over the lady fingers. Mine's a little thicker than what I thought it would be. I even added a little extra coffee and just a smidge extra milk because it was really, really thick. But there's that step. And then the next step, we're gonna take these remaining lady fingers and place them over top of this pudding mixture. So here's the rest of our divided lady fingers on top of the pudding mixture. And then next is the 2 cups of the fat-free Cool Whip. So we're just gonna dollop that on top. Okay, and then the final step after we put the fat-free, sugar-free Cool Whip on was to sprinkle the sugar-free cocoa on top. Oh my goodness, it looks really good. And so I wish I could just take a big bite and see how it tastes, but you're supposed to refrigerate it for 2 to 4 hours. And I find that desserts we have to refrigerate, I think the longer the better. The longer they have to set, soak everything up, the better they taste. So let's get this bad boy in the refrigerator, And when it comes out, we'll give it a taste test. Okay, so while we're waiting on our tiramisu to set up, I just thought I would show you what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. I try to go ahead and fix our meals while Tanner's at school because once he gets home, he's pretty much a handful. And today he has ABA when he gets home. So that's applied behavior analysis. And he has that twice a week for like an hour and a half each day. And they just come in and work with us on goals for Tanner. Like, for example, potty, and we're also working on stabbing food with a fork and self-feeding, using his board to request different things, you know, just different things that they need to come in and help the family with. And then I have parent training once a week on Wednesdays from 11 till 12, and they work with me, showing me different strategies. Right now we're still kind of new into it, so we're still just watching some videos and learning different behaviors and how to deal with them. But it's very interesting, and we're very appreciative that they come in. It's just my time is kind of limited in the afternoons, so I get as much done while he's at school as I can. So long story short, I went ahead and started our dinner tonight, and I just thought I'd share that. So like I said, trying to eat healthier, trying to get that diabetes, that sugar under control for David. So I bought a whole fryer chicken, and I'm actually just boiling it. I put in some peppercorns, and some Italian seasoning, and it actually smells delicious. So we're just gonna let that simmer up on a really low heat and cook all day. And then we've got some green beans, and they're actually just canned. I need to start buying frozen ones. And I threw in a beef bouillon cube, and I know that has a lot of salt, so I didn't add any salt. I did throw some pepper in there and just a smidge of stevia to give it just a smidge of sweetness. So we'll let that simmer today and have that tonight. And then I've got these potatoes, which I know are starchy, and he probably shouldn't be eating them. But we're gonna have some potatoes. So I'm probably just gonna make creamed potatoes tonight with that 1% milk. I have been making our potatoes in the Instapot. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say. With chicken broth. Oh my gosh, I love them. You put them on, you let them just simmer in that Instapot for a while, and then mash them right up in that chicken broth, and they are so good. And they're really low fat that way, but we're gonna have the bad ones today. So I just wanted to share that with you. And if you have any suggestions for low fat foods, low sugar foods, leave them in the comments below. Let us know, what do you guys eat? Because I definitely have a meat and potatoes family. It is so hard to have something that Tanner will eat, David will eat, I'll eat, that all three of us will eat. We have to end up making 3 different meals sometimes. So just let me know in the comments below some things that we can try out. Thanks. Hello. So now I have moved outside. This video is kind of all over the place, but I'm just kind of sharing some things I'm doing today. Some days I don't get to do anything because Tanner doesn't sleep and I'm exhausted. But last night he did have a really bad night. So he got his medication last night. Without medication, I don't think Tanner would sleep at all. So he got his medication last night around 7:30. And he was out by 8. So he was tired. I mean, he had school yesterday. And he played hard when he got home. He was a really good boy. So he was out by 8, but he was up at 12:30 a.m. I mean, wide awake. So I remedicated him with melatonin, which is just natural. Your body produces melatonin. I feel comfortable remedicating him with that, but no, didn't even faze him. So he was up till probably 4:30, and then he did fall back asleep on his own, thank the Lord. But we had to end up getting up at 6:30, so he got a little bit more rest in. I mean, I'm tired. I can feel it. So we have been taking Tanner to school just to try to make his day a little easier for him so that we can stop and get Chick and help him eat his breakfast on the way to school. So anyway, we had to take him to school. And then when I got home, I did lay down and take a nap. I did take a nap, about an hour nap, and I feel better. But it's rough. It's rough when he doesn't sleep. It's hard to get things done during the day. You just got to push through and keep going. But so while I have a little bit of energy today, I'm going to make a craft today. So I had saw this on YouTube and just fell in love with the idea because I need a table for my outside porch. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, so I went to, I call it Everything's a Dollar, Dollar Tree, whatever the heck it's called, Dollar Tree, I think. And I bought this yesterday. So let me show you what we got. So this is just a charger that was $1. And these are just some really cheap like flower pots, planting pots that I picked up at Everything's a Dollar. I got 2 of those. So what we're going to do is use E600 glue, glue the flower pots together, paint them, paint the charger, and glue it on top to make a little table out here because my patio needs a little table. I love this little outside patio. We've only been in this house since I think October of last year, but I love it. My mother-in-law was sweet enough to give me some outdoor furniture, and I love it. We had the glider from the other house, but she gave me these pretty chairs. I just don't have a little table, so we're gonna make one. So I was trying to decide what color. Okay, so I just got this rug. I am in love with this blue rug. So I bought some blue paint and I bought some black paint. So I think I'm gonna paint the base black with that little charger in a pretty blue. And we'll give it a whirl and see how it turns out. So here is the E600 glue. I bought it at Walmart last night. It was $3 and I don't know, 50 cents, 60 cents. It wasn't expensive at all. And you get a huge tube. I can't imagine using all that. I've never used E600 glue before, but it's supposed to be really strong and a permanent hold. And I was reading on the instructions on the back to rough up your surface before you glue. So I just took sandpaper. I don't even know what grit it is. P100 is just some I had downstairs for crafting. And I tried to rough up the bottoms because I'm going to glue those two together to make my stand. So I tried to rough them up a little bit with that sandpaper, and then we're going to glue them together. Okay, I'm back. So let me just tell you, I'm glad I used that E600 outside. That has a really strong smell. Like I said, I'd never worked with that before, but it really seemed to bond fast and really well. But a really strong smell. So I would recommend using it in a well-ventilated area. And it doesn't take a lot at all. And it says it is self-leveling glue. I don't know. So anyway, let me show you what it looks like so far. So here it is. I glued the two bottoms together with that E600 glue outside. I hope it's going to hold. I think it will. It seems like it's going to. The instructions on the glue do say to allow, I think it said 24 hours for it to set up completely, which I didn't realize that. But I think we'll be safe to just go ahead and paint our two planters, which, you know, excuse me, I got choked. You really wouldn't even have to paint these. I think these are actually kind of cute and they would go with my decor, but I want to paint them. But, you know, you could easily just paint these. They also had the cutest plastic marble plate charger at Everything's a Dollar. I could have got that, or Dollar Tree, whatever you call it. And that would make a really cute base too, but I wanted to be able to paint mine blue. All right, so I painted my charger in that blue, and I swear that is the prettiest color blue. I love it. I think it's gonna go so good with my porch. So when it dries, I will glue this charger onto this base and have a little table. Now I do have some rocks I'm gonna throw in here before I glue the charger on to weight this down because it is so windy here where we live. I don't want it to blow away. But here's our little fire pit. So this has been a fun little easy project, and I think it's going to be really cute. And you know, $3 plus some paint. I mean, you can't really beat that. I bought this last year and I spent like $30 on it. So $3, $30, hey, it's gonna look just as good. Oh, and just to let you know, I did take my sandpaper and scuff up the back of this plate, since I'm gonna have to glue it on there, just to let you know. Okay, I got ideas just to go in everywhere today. I know I'm all over the place, but I had this ugly watering can. It was like this beigey, ugly thing, so I painted it in silver, but I didn't love it. I just don't love it. So I'm so in love with that blue paint. I think I'm gonna paint it in blue. So, but I'm gonna put a little twist on it. I have these doilies, these lace-looking doilies from the Dollar Tree. So I think I'm gonna put that over my water can and paint it to put like a pattern on it. So I've never done this before, but let's try it out. I'm gonna put the lace over it, paint it with the blue, and see how it turns out. And the color of this blue is wildflower blue, and it's a satin. It's just a Rust-Oleum I got from Walmart. I am so in love with this color. It is so pretty. Let me, before I do that, let me show you my table one more time. It's not done. I haven't glued the top on, but I just set it on there. But look how that blue just pops with that black. I am so in love with that. I mean, I just can't believe that I made that. I'm very proud. So I'm not sure I'm in love with that, but I don't know if you can see the details of the pattern that made. So I just laid the doily over there and spray painted in that beautiful blue. And I can kind of see the pattern. I don't know. I painted the whole bottom pure blue. I don't know. We'll see when it dries if I like it or not. Okay, so I think my paint's dry. I'm gonna put some more of my E600 glue on the top of this and glue my charger on. I did find those little white rocks that I had from another project. They're pretty heavy. I just left them in the bag. I'm gonna put them in there to give it some weight so the wind won't knock my little table over, my little side table. But we're gonna apply that glue. Oh my stars, I hope I don't put too much. I think it would have been easier if I could put it on the plate, but I wasn't sure where the plate would end up. You know, what part of the plate to actually apply it to. I hope I'm not making a disaster. This glue is pretty thick though. It's not like running, so that's a good thing. Okay, so the glue's on there. Let's take our charger we painted blue and just place it on. Oh, ooh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It looks good. I can see the glue a little, but it's no big deal. No big deal whatsoever. Oh gosh, I got some black on my plate. I had some black on my fingers. We can wipe it off. We'll fix it. But there you go. It's looking pretty good so far. Okay, so I'm back. Here's the finished project. I hope you can see it. It's not that tall, but it's okay. I have it set in between my two chairs with my new relax pillow. And I've got some tiramisu I'm going to try out. And our watering can turned out cute. I'll give you a closer look at it. So yeah, I can definitely see the design on the watering can. I think since it's dried, it looks better. Let me turn it around. Yeah, I think it's actually kind of cute from the doily. So I think I'll keep it like that. Here's a closer up of my table and a closer up of my tiramisu. And I'm gonna give it a little try and end this video here in just a minute. This tiramisu looks delicious. The house smells delicious from the chicken cooking and the potatoes and the green beans. So let's give this a little try. Get a bite of everything in there. That's actually really good. And like I said, most of the stuff was fat-free, sugar-free. I'll have to do better on the lady fingers next time. Maybe we can find some sugar-free ones. They did have sugar in them. So David can only have just a little small portion, but Mama can have some. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna enjoy my tiramisu before Tanner gets home. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave me any comments, any recipes, any ideas that you have to help us with this diabetic eating, and help David level out his sugar. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, Crush Family 4, so that you can see future videos. We're also in the process of setting up a Patreon account, so if anybody wants to contribute $1 a month to help fund future videos, it would be really appreciated. But we're still in the process of that. So Crush Family 4, have a great day. Goodbye.